It's true that children pick up languages quickly, but that doesn't mean adults can't learn them just as well. We just learn differently. Think about it. You've spent decades gathering knowledge, solving problems, and adapting to new situations. That's a lifetime of skills you can use to your advantage. Scientists have found that learning a language later in life actually strengthens your brain. It creates new connections between neurons, which helps keep your memory sharp and can even delay cognitive decline. So, while a child might learn by pure repetition, you have the advantage of understanding patterns, making connections, and applying life experience, which makes learning more meaningful. And here's something exciting. Studies show that bilingual seniors often experience slower mental decline than those who speak only one language. Even if you start learning later, your brain still gets those benefits. So, whether it's Spanish, French, Italian, or even sign language, every new word is like a little workout for your mind. Point 2. It's not about fluency, it's about enjoyment. Now, let's clear up a common worry. You don't have to become perfectly fluent to reap the rewards. This isn't about passing a test or impressing anyone. It's about enjoying the process. Think of it like gardening or painting. You don't have to be a master to enjoy planting flowers or creating a simple sketch. The joy is in the doing. Language learning is the same way. Maybe you'll learn enough to order a coffee on your next trip, or finally understand the lyrics to that beautiful Italian song you love. Small victories are still victories. Start with phrases that excite you. Always loved French cuisine? Learn how to say, "I'd like the chocolate croissant, please." Dream of visiting Greece? Practice saying hello and thank you. When you tie learning to your passions, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like an adventure. And remember, mistakes are part of the fun. Laugh at yourself when you mix up words. Native speakers will appreciate the effort, not judge the errors. After all, every expert was once a beginner. Point 3. Social connections, a bonus benefit. Here's something you might not expect. Learning a language can open doors to new friendships. Whether it's joining a local class, chatting with a language partner online, or even bonding with grandchildren over simple phrases, it's a wonderful way to connect. Isolation can be tough as we get older, but language learning gives you a reason to engage. There are countless groups, online and in person, where people just like you are learning together. And sharing the journey makes it so much more rewarding. Plus, imagine the look on your family's face when you surprise them with a few words in their high school Spanish. It's those little moments that make life richer. Now, you might be wondering, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually get started without feeling overwhelmed? Well, that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Because the key isn't just knowing why to learn a language, it's knowing how to make it easy, enjoyable, and part of your everyday life. So, we've talked about why learning a new language is such a fantastic way to keep your mind sharp. Now, let's talk about how to make it happen in a way that fits smoothly into your life. Because let's be honest, if something feels like a chore, we're far less likely to stick with it. But when it's fun, engaging, and tailored to your pace, that's when the magic happens. Point 4. Start small. Tiny steps lead to big progress. One of the biggest mistakes people make when learning a language is diving in too fast. They buy stacks of textbooks, download 5 different apps, and try to memorize long lists of words, only to burn out after a week. Sound familiar? Here's a better approach. Think small and steady. Just 5 or 10 minutes a day is enough to start. Maybe it's learning one new word with your morning coffee or labeling a few items around the house in your target language, la ventana for window, lo frigo for fridge. These little moments add up without ever feeling overwhelming. And here's the secret, our brains learn best through repetition and context. So instead of cramming, try tying new words to things you already know. Love gardening? Learn the names of your favorite flowers in another language. Enjoy cooking? Practice reading a simple recipe in Spanish or Italian. When learning feels personal, it sticks. Point 5. Use tools that work for you. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm not tech savvy, can I still do this? Absolutely. There are so many ways to learn, and you don't need the latest app if it doesn't suit you. If you enjoy reading, grab a beginner's phrase book or a bilingual novel. Many have side-by-side translations. Prefer listening? Try podcasts or CDs designed for language learners. They often speak slower and clearly. And if you do want to try technology, apps like Duolingo or Babbel are designed to be simple and game-like. But remember, the goal isn't to master the app, it's to enjoy the process. Another great tool? Music and films. Pick a movie you've seen a dozen times and watch it with subtitles in the language you're learning. You'll be surprised how much you pick up when you already know the story. Point 6. Make it social, without the pressure. Learning doesn't have to be a solo activity. In fact, it's often more fun when it's shared. But I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of others. Trust me, you're not alone in that fear. Here's the thing, you don't have to jump into conversations right away. Start by finding a language buddy, a friend, family member, or even a friendly face from an online forum who's also learning. You can practice simple phrases together, laugh over mistakes, and cheer each other on. No grades, no judgment. And if you're feeling adventurous, look for local groups or online meetups for senior language learners. Many communities have casual conversation clubs where everyone's there to learn, not to be perfect. Now, you've got the why and the how, but let's talk about the best part, how learning a language can bring unexpected joy, new opportunities, and even a fresh perspective on life. Because this isn't just about memorizing words, it's about opening doors you might never have imagined. You know, there's something truly special about learning a language later in life. It's not just about the words or the grammar, it's about the way it makes you feel. That little spark of excitement when you recognize a phrase in a song, or the pride when you say something as simple as thank you and the person across from you lights up with a smile. Those moments? They're pure gold. So, let's talk about the unexpected joys that come with learning a new language, the ones that go beyond just keeping your mind sharp. Because when you embrace this journey, you're not just exercising your brain, you're opening your heart to new experiences, new people, and maybe even a new way of seeing the world. Point 7. Travel becomes richer, even if it's just in your mind. Now, I know not everyone can hop on a plane and jet off to Paris or Tokyo tomorrow, but here's the beautiful thing about language, it lets you travel without ever leaving your home. When you learn a language, you're not just memorizing words, you're stepping into a whole new culture. Try cooking a traditional dish from the country whose language you're learning. As you follow the recipe, you will pick up food-related words naturally. Or listen to music, watch films, or read stories from that culture. Suddenly, you're not just learning a language, you're visiting a place, meeting its people, and understanding its heartbeat. And if you do get the chance to travel, oh, what a difference it makes. Even knowing just a handful of phrases can turn a tourist experience into something deeper and more personal. Locals appreciate the effort, and you'll find doors opening to conversations and connections you'd never have had otherwise. Point 8. It's a gift to yourself and your loved ones. Here's something that might surprise you. Learning a language is one of the most generous things you can do, for yourself and for the people around you. Think about it. When you keep your mind active and engaged, you're not just benefiting today, you're investing in your future independence and joy. And let's not forget the grandkids. If they're learning a language in school, imagine how fun it would be to practice together. You might not be as fast as they are, but that's okay, it's the shared experience that matters. You're showing them that learning never stops, no matter your age. That's a lesson they'll remember for life. Point 9. The confidence boost you didn't see coming. This might be my favorite part. There's a quiet confidence that comes with learning something new later in life. It's that feeling of, hey, I'm still growing. I'm still curious. And that's powerful. Every time you understand a word you didn't know last week, or string together a simple sentence, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you might have thought. That confidence spills over into other areas of your life too. Suddenly, trying new things doesn't seem so intimidating anymore. So, where do you go from here? Well, that's entirely up to you. Maybe you'll start today with just one word. Maybe you'll dig out that old phrase book from the back of your drawer or download an app and give it a try. Remember, there's no right way to do this, only your way. The most important thing? Have fun with it. Laugh at your mistakes. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. And know that every word you learn is a little victory for your brilliant, ever-curious mind. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried learning a language later in life? What was your experience like? Share your stories in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, it's never too late to learn, to grow, or to surprise yourself. Here's to your next adventure, one word at a time.